Hello, everybody. My name is Sherry Jacobs, and I'll be your professor for ECED 3012 Documentation and Assessment. It's going to spend a few minutes going through our course on Moodle to make sure that you know where everything is located handy. Announcements are here. Quite frankly, I don't use that. I will send a class email out when I need to get any information to you. The instructor, I do check that. However, you're also welcome to email me too. The email I'm going to see a lot sooner, to be honest with you, than the other. So, in prayer request, along with your syllabus. So, your syllabus, pull that up here just a moment. Your text is the McPhee, Owen Leon, Assessing and Guiding Young Children's Development and Learning, the 6th edition. And you're used to seeing all of the other types of standards we have here in the syllabus about our institutional goals, our class policies, to be present for a specific instructional week of an online course, you must make at least one contribution per week to the class. So if you're absent more than once in a class that's 5 to 6 weeks long, then you automatically receive a failing grade. So our instructional week for online classes begins Monday at 12 a.m. and ends on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Participation in the online class on Sunday is not required. However, if you want to go in and post on Sunday, it will count for your next week's assignments and a post for attendance. The late assignments, 10% per day, which is Mount Vernon's policy for every class. Obviously, if you have a problem that has kept you from being able to put forth the assignment on the day due, if you have a reasonable problem, just share or talk with me, email me, and we will do our best to work out a solution. And this is true of everything. No late work will be accepted after the last night of class unless beforehand an incomplete has been requested and approved. That's not just by me. It has to be approved by the dean, so keep that in mind. Please remember to read through the academic integrity, the plagiarism, the accessibility services. And here's the grading scale. Again, it is the same in all classes as well. This is what your point values are going to look like. You have 5 discussion forums for 10 points each. You have online learning modules that have variable point value, but they add up to 200 points. And you have reading and chapter artifacts that are 40 points each, 5 of those for 200. You have a final project of observe, record, and assess that is worth 100 points for a total of 550. You'll notice that inside the syllabus are all of the assignments for the semester, not just that brief synopsis you just received. So week 1, you will have for us your discussion forum, and you will respond to classmates, to 2 classmates. You'll have your module 1 and reading and chapter artifacts. We will talk about that in a little bit more detail as we go through. So those are all of your assignments. If you have any questions about anything that you find in the rubric, in the syllabus, please do not hesitate to let me know. So here's your student resources, the virtual bookstore, online tutoring. Here's course information for this course. The text, which we already went over in the syllabus, and education department resources. Here is your discussion forum rubric. I'm going to bring this up as well. I am absolutely and totally rubric driven. So please make sure that you read your rubric for any of the assignments to make sure that it's what you expect to get. Because you will get exactly what you deserve from the rubric. I'm having trouble here. I'm going to have to try to move this over. Okay, for some reason that is not allowing me to get to that or move it. So we're just gonna be aware that you need to focus on the forum rubric and know that for each post, for your initial post, it's 250 words to 500. You must use APA, and to respond to a classmate, it is also a minimum of 150 words. So we're going to look at your artifact instructions. These are 40 points each. This will be something that you will be doing each week. So the instructions will be the same for each of these. 40 points each. You choose a digital artifact tool to post to the course Moodle site. Choose one digital artifact tool to respond to your chapter readings. You will highlight important concepts, strategies, and learning ideas from the assigned readings. For example, week 1 has readings from chapters 1 and 3. After reading these chapters, you will choose and then create an artifact for each chapter that will be submitted to the course Moodle site. These submissions are due by Saturday night of each week. So here are types of artifacts. You can use a summary of the most important points in the chapter. You can make use of the academic language by defining important terms. You can discuss issues, trends, or strategies presented. And you can make applications to your role as an educator. So these are the artifact types. Now these are the tools that you could use to help with those artifact types. You can create an infograph using a picto chart. For example, if you had chosen to do academic language, you could create a picto chart and put the academic terms and the definitions in there. Create a move note and discuss points from a PowerPoint slide. Create an outline of the chapter in Word, and on and on and on. These are all ideas or all things that you can do to choose to do to highlight your artifact. Now, Move Note does have a fee now to use, so if you don't have that one, you're probably going to want to ignore it if you don't have Move Note yourself that you're willing to pay for. Here are the chapter readings that are assigned for each of the 5 weeks as well. I ask you to take this part and read it as carefully as possible because it is something that goes on each week of the course. So we're going to go down and we're going to look at, we've done weekly artifacts, the instructions, and here is the rubric for your artifacts. Probably going to run into the same thing where I can't move this out of the way. Open up another one, it will be there. Okay, so here it is. Summarizing all of the most important points, revealing thorough understanding, 8 to 10 points. Making use of the academic language, discussing issues and trends presented in the text, making application to the personal role as an educator. So you notice each of the, you'll each have one of these rubrics that I'll keep for you. And then let's say that in the most important points, you've decided to do that for the first week and you've done everything to summarize everything you should. Then for week 1, you're going to get an 8 to 10 in that slot right there. And here are the weekly scores, and then they'll total up, hopefully for a total of 200 points at the end. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get back to the discussion forum real quickly, too. I wish I'd have thought of moving it like there before. But here is the discussion forum. I just want to make sure you're aware of the APA guidelines and the word ranges. And as I said, I'm totally rubric driven. So it's very important to use your rubrics. So here are module rubrics. So you'll notice this is the week 1 module, and these are the things you need to do. List 3 advantages, list key differences, and so on. 30 points for the first week. And so you'll notice for week 3, it's 50 points, and so on. Very important that you have that handy for you too. Here is the rubric for the observe, record, and assess. So this is a video observation rubric checklist, and you will see the rubric elements going down the side on the left, name and description of video, answer to question posed, and so on. Once you open that up, it'll make perfect sense to you, but that's the rubric I'll be using. So week 1 discussion forum is here for the week 1, module 1, and week 1 chapter artifacts. So these are the things you'll be doing each week along with the discussion forum. So this is module 1. It opens up. It is a classroom assessment, and then it gives you information. You go to this website and so on to do what you need to do. I think that pretty much gives the information that you're going to need to get you started on the course. And I'll just tell you that I will be readily accessible to you when you need help, or if you need clarification. You can email me at sherry.jacobs@mvnu.edu. You can also call or text my cell phone if you need me in a more urgent matter, though I check email really quickly in most days, unless I'm driving as part of going to a class or something. So my telephone number is 740-361-6940, and I look forward to working with all of you. Hope you have a super day.